As you guys know, we like to just jump in and start with a song. So whatever you'd like to play, we'd love to hear.
All right, we're going to play Monument, and this is off of our upcoming album called On a Tipping Sea. So this is Monument. Along the roadside, backcountry roads, old weird America hides specks of gold like all these monuments that people build when they ain't got nothing left but time. Out in the country, one sunny day, the angels spoke softly and flew away. So I took all these cans and built a city and covered my old pickup truck with spoons. I carved an army to keep the blues away, a congregation built up day by day. Out on the hillside, I see the lights. They move benignly on a summer night, and I know maybe it's a shot in the dark, but are you sending messages to me? These empty bottles the floor. Now they need some purpose to use them towards, so I will build a house out of these bottles. The Taj Mahal won't look like nothing next to what I'm building up for you. I carved an army to keep the blues away, a congregation built up day by day. I live alone here in a house of glass. Some folks come visit, most just drive past, and they take pictures and they make TV shows all about my monument to you.
Yardarm, live here in the studio, kicking off a Cicada Friday for us in wonderful style. Welcome to the studio, guys.
Thank you.
Jason getting clever. He's playing some reggae song and throws in some wacky jazz chord at the end.
That sounds exactly like something Jason would do.
Yeah. So we are here, everybody, with Jason Palmer and John, and JJ is somewhere in hell and gone, I suppose. But you can see him probably coming up at the Cat's Cradle, June 13th, with your album release show.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, we're really excited about that. We'll be at the Cat's Cradle back room on Thursday, June 13th. We'll have Charles Latham and the Borrowed Band are going to be playing on that, as well
Love
as
those guys.
a super group called the Cosmic Country All-Stars kicking things off.
So, Jason, this new record, On a Tipping Sea, how many tracks?
10.
And how long a period of time were these songs written over?
15 years.
No kidding.
Maybe more.
Wow.
Yeah, a couple of mine that are on there, like Monument, which we just played. I wrote that in like 2008, 2009. There's one called We've Arrived that we'll play later that I also wrote around then. So it's, and then some of it is like post-pandemic. So it's a wide range of songs.
Nice to get these laid down, I bet. So where'd you record these?
We recorded this in JJ's attic.
Awesome.
He is really, I mean, he's, as long as I've known him, he's been like an audio recording, mixing guy. But I feel like he's really kind of leveled up the last couple of years. I mean, you listen to what's going to come out, even versus the first 3 songs that we put out, and it's, not that the first 3 songs we put out sound bad, but you can just tell like there has been some learning going on here.
It's good to hear and see and feel that growth.
Yeah.
So do you have a second CD already in the works? Because they do tend to come out in batches like that sometimes.
So
Certainly
we've
got enough songs for it.
Yeah,
That's kind of what I meant.
I've got probably about 6 or 7 that I've been tabling until we get past this release point to work on. I know JJ's got a couple, so it feels like we've got enough in the chamber to do something.
And I did say CDs because I'm an early adopter, Gen X. But nobody makes CDs anymore. Are you making CDs?
We are not. We are actually getting this one on vinyl. We made the plunge.
That's the classy way to do it.
It was many years of gig payment saved up for doing a vinyl run.
So what do you do when you're at gigs and people want to buy stuff? Do you lug around a box of LPs with you?
You can do like the Frisbee, too.
Oh, yeah. tell us,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Well, then you gotta. Well, if they're in the jacket, it probably reduces the risk of breaking, right? You're not taking them out.
But
They won't get scratched that
They
way.
do fly better, yeah.
Bob, one day your CDs will be retro and they'll be...
And I'll be hip again.
I think they are kind of coming back, though. Like they're coming back a bit. We actually got. I wouldn't say sold because we gave it away. We unburdened ourselves of the last CD of Camp Songs, which was our EP from 2019, at our show in Raleigh a few weeks ago.
It was gifted.
It was gifted, yeah.
Limited edition.
Yeah, I found it at the bottom of the
To a very-
suitcase.
We
Very
want to
lucky
talk,
fan.
want to talk more about this new recording here in a minute, but really we're here to hear as much music as we can. So what do you have for us next?
All right. This one is called Richmond 1925. I think we played this last time we were here, which was like a year ago. It's going to be on the upcoming album and of our official video for it coming out on Monday.
All right.
Richmond, VA, 1925. Tunnel collapsed, did he walk out alive? Fled toward the James, hit in the grave. Railroad said sorry, but he could not be saved. Ain't no employers dying for me. Ain't going down like engine 143. Now, baby, if that train buries me down, I'm coming back like a vampire to haunt this old town. Mama said, son, why do you roam? Building those tunnels, but your family at home. Lungs turning black, smoke in your face. Dying in those tunnels, but you just get replaced. Ain't no employers dying for me. Ain't going down like engine 143. Now, baby, if that train buries me down, I'm coming back like a vampire to haunt this old ground. Put on your boots, life on the line, sticking out your neck for the boss man's dime. Drain out your blood, drain out your life, orphan your children and widow your wife. Ain't no employers dying for me, ain't going down like engine 143. Now baby, if that train buries me down, I'm coming back like a vampire to haunt this old town. Ooh, and the tunnel came down. Ooh, and the tunnel came down. No survivors found. They're just bodies in the ground. Richmond, VA, 1925. Tunnel collapse, did he walk out alive? Well, those mausoleum doors fell off its hinge, coming back to Richmond to take his revenge. 1, 2, ready, go.
I like a good, solid ending to a song. That just makes me happy.
Orphan your children and widow your wife. Orphan and widow, turn them into verbs. That is, man, he's a risk taker.
That's good stuff right there.
So up there in JJ's attic,
Yeah.
has he air conditioned it yet?
Yes, and
Most days. Most
yeah,
days.
it's gone out a couple times here and there, but
So you can get hot in the attic.
oh yeah, for sure. I mean, in terms of the music being laid down and the actual temperatures,
Oh.
We've nicknamed it the Rock Attic.
the rock attic.
So did we record this like as a group live, or you did tracks, or what?
We tracked.
Yeah,
You did.
yeah, we did. So JJ and I did kind of scratch to a click track, and then John, how many sessions did you do to lay that down?
I don't even remember.
It was like
Yeah,
it
okay.
was a couple of them. It was a long time ago. It's like October.
It was over a good period of time.
Well,
Yeah.
John, a click track, and you're a percussionist, so you guys love to speed up the song, but the click track gets in your way?
That can be a little tricky. Yeah, it can be. So, but JJ, we've nicknamed him the Wizard because he has his ways of doing things. So, but yeah, it was.
He can speed it up in post-production.
It really can.
That's
It's,
right.
It's ridiculous.
Just dial it up a little bit.
Sometimes we just turn it off and just let me go.
Yeah.
There's a certain point where you're like, okay, no more click.
Well, Palmer, we were saying before the show started, we never had an instrument like that in the studio before. You didn't have that last time you were here.
No, I played my my electric bass, but
Yeah, so tell us about this.
well, this is an Eddie Finn ukulele bass, which is kind of a knockoff of the what is often called the U bass. It is the same register as a bass guitar, and it's about a quarter of the size. I don't know, maybe. And it gets the low tone through the silicone strings.
And are they real loose and easy to play? And
It is very smooth and easy to play. This is the best couch bass there is because you can park yourself on the couch. You're not in danger of whacking anybody walking by. You won't disturb your significant other while you're noodling on the bass and watching the TV at the same time.
And Bob, those silicone strings are big suckers. They're not.
That's what I want to ask is what gauge are those? Because they look like giant rubber bands.
They're not spaghetti,
I could
and they're
not
not
tell you,
fettuccine. They're like the bigger pastas.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you what kind of pasta they're most like, but yeah, it does take a little acclimation to switch back and forth, but I've been playing it a lot more lately, and I've developed a whole new appreciation for it.
Excellent.
Can we ask you just to play a couple little riffs just solo?
Let's see.
He's just not going to stop, is he?
Go get my 12 bars in.
That sounds sweet and
It sounds
unique.
like a stand-up bass. What
It
people call,
does.
people call it a
Yeah.
double bass. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
It sits really well in this setup too. This cajon bass acoustic setup. We did very similar to this, but add in JJ for this. This I don't know, video program. What would you call it?
It's a YouTube series.
YouTube series. Yes, there you go. That's
what the cool
sounds
kids
a lot
call it.
less old than video program. Sounds like it's coming out on Betamax. Video series called Live from the Nest, where we did 4 songs, and they've been coming out one a week. And it worked really well. All we had was, it was like one mic in the middle of the room, and it sounds great.
Nice.
So we Google YouTube the Yardarm, or how do we find these?
I'd go to a Live from the Nest. I
Okay.
think, and
YouTube
we'll,
channel.
Yeah, we'll just show up there. Yeah.
And we've been sharing them on our Facebook and Instagram. 2 of them have come out, and then we have 2 more coming next week, and the next Friday and the Friday after that.
All as precursors to the streaming release
The timing could not have been
of all 10 tracks of On a Tipping Sea, May 31st, in all the streaming services.
We're looking forward to it. Speaking of streaming services, we are streaming live right now, although I'm assuming some solar flare activity is messing with us a little bit, so I can't engage in the chat. Sorry, guys who are chatting. But the live stream seems like it's working just fine, so you guys should play some more music.
Okay. Let's do Write You Another Tune. This is another one from 2008 or 9, making its way into the world finally. Wrote a song about some other girl, and I know that seems wrong. You're the only girl in the world who's really worth the song. Oh yeah, I know that I'm retiring those songs. Oh yeah, I know I haven't written you in way too long. Let's burn all these pages today, throwing all the old songs away. Write you another tune, write you soon, I'll get it right real soon. You and I went through some times and made some dumb mistakes. The real world hasn't been so kind, and we know now what it takes. Oh yeah, I know that sometimes I'm not too bright. Oh yeah, I know that it's not real soon. Thank you.
Or Yardarm, live here in the studio.
Jason, I have a question about that song.
Yeah.
So we're rolling around with it nice, we're rolling through it in a traditional way, and then all of a sudden in the middle, there's like a B part.
Yeah.
And actually coming out of the B part back to the traditional song, there's a little rhythmic thing you did. So is that, why do things like that happen in a song? Did you get bored, or?
What the hell were you thinking, man?
Well, I think I've always stuck to a fairly, I try and play with the structure of things a little bit, because I find I often just get stuck in like 3 verses and chorus and maybe a little bit of a bridge. I don't know, that one to me, it's almost like a Nirvana kind of bridge. Like, so maybe that was it. Maybe I was on a Nirvana kick at the time or
Well,
something
I liked
like
it.
that.
I
Well,
mean,
thank you.
it's interesting. It'll wake everybody up.
Yeah.
And a little key change. Yeah, just try and like put something in that is somewhat unexpected. I had a chorus director who always said, "Oh shoot, I'm going to get this wrong."
He's probably
Affect.
listening, so you better know.
Yeah, sure. Affect is created when a tendency to respond is inhibited. So when you expect something to happen and something else happens musically, that's when it sort of wakes you up.
One of those teachers who says something, everybody there, all the students are going, "Oh yeah,
Yeah, man.
and they have no idea.
I don't know what he's talking
what he
about.
just said.
Oh yeah, and then 15 years later, you're like, I get it.
I just
get it
did
now.
that, and it's right. Yes.
Dr. Reed, you were right, dude.
I can't believe you remembered all of that. I thought it was going to be something very simple, but
No,
now
it was
seem like
not.
I remembered it.
Yeah, a bunch of 20-year-olds that are like, well, yeah, for sure, for surely.
I mean, it makes sense as soon as you put voice to it. As soon as you think about that, when you get something unexpected,
Yeah.
of course, either it's going to be really good or really bad, but it's going to get your
Yeah,
attention.
it's going to create affect,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well,
I think we try and do that as a band too.
Yeah.
Just like the styles of some of our songs, it doesn't all neatly fit into one category. Sometimes, during a show you can hear some very different kind of styles in a set whenever we do one. So
it's nice you've
Yeah.
been together long enough that you actually know when those things are going to happen, and you're all
Mm-hmm.
doing them at the same time, which you did on that song. That was cool.
And it's fun
you.
too. It's fun to play in a band like that because
Yeah.
it's not just like, oh, I know what I'm playing today.
Yeah, I'll do this
Everybody-
for the next 3 hours.
We are here with the Yardarm. Jason Bales, Palmer Smith, John Cowan, and J.J. Westfield will be over there at the album release party. The Cat's Carried All Back Room, June 13th, 8 o'clock, with the Cosmic Country All-Stars and Charles Latham and the Borrowed Band. And does the whole show start at 8?
Yes.
And so you guys will be on maybe around 9:30.
10.
Yeah,
something
and
like that.
We'll try and get the changeovers as good as we can for a Thursday night. So we'll have you home by 11
Excellent.
Ish.
ish. Live a little.
Well, guys, we got business to do at the top of the hour, but we got a nice little piece of 5 minutes or so. If you would give us something nice to close out this first half of the live show.
All right. We're going to take this back to one of our songs off the first EP called We've Arrived. Going to drop D for those of you guitar nerds who are listening out there. There we go. Ugh. Just tune by ear, There we go. There it is. One of these mornings we'll wake up and find we've arrived. We'll look around us and see those hard times behind. Shower head washes away the feelings of dread. We'll sleep at night without tossing and turning a bit. One of these mornings we'll wake up and find we've arrived. One of these mornings we'll wake up and find we've arrived. Found in the pavement, sitting alone in your room. You used to rise early, now we're sleeping past noon. Out on a limb, prospects just keep falling through. Feeling invisible, everyone's looking past you. One of these mornings we'll wake up and find we've arrived. One of these mornings we'll wake up and find we've arrived. These mornings we'll wake up and find we've arrived. Yeah, one of these mornings we'll wake up and find we've arrived. Sitting alone, waiting for someone to call. Great expectations slowly beginning to fall. Struck out again, everyone says to come home. Struck out again, at least we struck out on our own. One of these mornings we'll wake up and find we've arrived. Yeah, one of these mornings we'll wake up and find we've arrived. Yeah, one of these mornings we'll wake up and find we've arrived. One of these mornings we'll wake up, find we've arrived.
One of my favorite Yardarm songs. Yardarm live here in the studio.
Everybody, we are WHUP LP Hillsborough. The show is Past the Hat. The station is WHUPFM.org, and we are streaming the audio there right now. But that's not all, Bob. We've got video.
We've got video. We've got live streaming on all of your favorite live streaming services, which are, by the way, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And you can find us at WHUP Past the Hat, at WHUP Past the Hat. On any of those services, you can be watching these guys in high-def video along with the high-def audio right now, if you wanted to.
We have over 500 videos out there from the last 4 or 5 years or so.
Piles of them.
Over 1,000 audio recordings on WHUPFM.org. Hit shows, scroll down to Past the Hat. We've been here for 9 years and have compiled arguably the most stunning archive of original North Carolina music found anywhere.
And we're going to keep doing it for another 9 years. It's just going to keep growing, y'all. Get out there and consume it. It's fantastic.
Bob, we are fortunate to have an Hour 2 sponsor, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Support for this second hour of Past the Hat is, hey, when do y'all see that nice ribboned box in front of you?
This one right
That
here.
one right there. Support for this second hour of Past the Hat is sweetly provided by Matthews Chocolates, 104 North Churton Street, Hillsborough, North Carolina, the finest in chocolate and chocolate accessories for all of your chocolate needs. And let's face it, We all have chocolate needs. Every guest on Pass the Hat gets a gift of chocolate from Matthew's Chocolates. Inside this box, I believe, is 3 homemade chocolate chip cookies and 3 special-made chocolate bars, because there's 3 of y'all in the studio tonight, unless the bass player is particularly hungry.
Something tells me that we lived this before, didn't we?
Are you having a deja vu moment?
But he did. Palmer did, didn't
Palmer ate all of the chocolate last time.
You think you would have learned your lesson, but nope, here it is.
Well, I think
he's
you
not
had
shy.
the really hot. There's like some cayenne red pepper stuff.
The Thai chili chocolate. There was some
Yeah.
in the shop today, and I did not pick any up. So sorry about that. But the cookies and the bars look pretty
They
fantastic.
look pretty great.
he? Now, Mother's Day is coming up next Sunday.
That's coming just 2 days from now.
Oh, so do we still have chocolate for Mother's Day, or?
You can go by and try, but more than likely you should order something and tell your mother next Sunday when you give it to her, sorry, I forgot.
Or you could give it to her for, what is it, Memorial Day?
Yeah, it's a Memorial Day present.
There you go.
Chocolate is a gift for all occasions. Now, before we get playing with some more music, I wanted to ask you guys about community. Because whenever I talk to any, we know that the Piedmont of North Carolina, everybody says we got such a wonderful collaborative music scene, and nearly everybody that I talk to, when I mention the Yardarm, they get a smile on their face. And they said, "Oh man, I love those guys."
Aw.
And I guess what I'm wondering is, how the hell did you make that happen? Is it just accidental that everybody loves you and loves hanging out with you and loves your music and wants to play shows with you? Is it an intentional thing do you do that you go out to other people's shows, that you build this community? Because that's what I see you guys doing, is building community, which is what a musical community, well, in any artistic community, does and has to do.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for saying that, because I think we really do try to do all those things. We try to go to shows when we can. I mean, we've got kids and families and jobs, but I try and make an effort to go out, a couple of times a month to see people, and we try to play with other people as much as possible, and that's been something I think since the pandemic that I've really tried to focus on. Is I don't want to play gigs by ourselves. Like, I think because this is not our, main job, we have, if we're going to play somewhere like Yonder or Nash Street that typically does, a lot of times we'll have bands with doing 3-hour sets, which is cool. I really want to try and bring somebody in. One, because that's a long time to play. And two, because it's always, it's a good way to kind of build that community is, hey, come play an hour with us and we'll split it.
So listen up, y'all. That's how you do it. Building community is super important. And I don't think you had the slightest bit of a hard time getting Charles Latham to come play for your album opening, or the Country All-Stars getting to come play, because of this whole community building aspect.
Yeah, and John's wearing all y'all
records. Yep.
And that is something we've been really fortunate to be part of this year, is Dave Hedeman from the Gone Ghosts and Nick from Heat Preacher started this. It's not really a label, it's more of a collective, and there's some really heavy hitters on there, like Jack the Radio is on there, and we're just happy to be included with this thing. There is going to be a launch party at the 506 on June 1st, not to throw too many dates at you like future history class. But
That's just coming up.
yeah, so June is big for us. We've got the 506 All Y'all showcase on the 1st, and then we've got our showcase with fellow All Y'all friends, Charles Latham, and the Cosmic Country All-Stars, are kind of an All Y'all house band of sorts.
So we're lucky to be, connected to some great bands that really do work pretty hard at building a community. Dave Hedeman of the Gone Ghost has been, he's
Absolutely.
really been a champion of our local scene, and trying to bring other people in and make connections with other people, sort of geographically. So
But that's how you have to do it. That's how it works, and it is working, clearly.
Speaking of Yonder, next Wednesday, our monthly songwriter night,
I love those. Who's showing up?
we have the amazing Jasmine Kelly. I don't know if you know Jasmine,
I
but
don't.
she will get things lively over there, and she will be joined by F.J. Ventry and Barry Gray.
Oh, man, that's going to be a good show.
Yep.
Heavy
Starts
hitters.
at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock at Yonder next Wednesday.
No cover.
But bring money to tip the folks playing music.
Bring money and bring friends.
And y'all should play us some more music.
All right. Want to do I'll Be Gone? Or do we want to try one of the others that we haven't tried yet?
you're the boss.
Well, let's do I'll Be Gone. We'll ease into it. No. You know what? We're going to do Ghost Town. I'm changing my mind. We're promoting the new record.
I like that.
And I'm doing weird tuning stuff.
So you had the drop D where he just took the bottom E string and moved it down to D, and that was easy.
Yep.
What'd you just do there?
I just corrected that.
Oh, you put it back.
Brought it back up to standard. All right. This one is called Ghost Town, and I don't think the three of us have done it in this formation before, so here goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. "7 a.m. and I heard the sound of a giant tree falling to the ground. Son, we stood in silence around the hole. Winds were howling, no time to console. No one lives here anymore. No one lives here anymore. Don't you hang around this ghost town. No one lives here anymore. No one lives here anymore. Don't you hang around this ghost town. Heard the sirens pierce the sky. Got no time now to wonder why. Stoic bracing up against the wall, trying to hold the roof up as it falls. No one lives here anymore. No one lives here anymore. Don't you hang around this ghost town. No one lives here anymore. No one lives here anymore. Don't you hang around this ghost town. Here comes silence at the dawn. Sound of the world just carrying on. Here comes silence at the dawn. Sound of the world just carrying on. Here comes silence at the dawn. Sound of the world just carrying on and on. No one lives here anymore. No one lives here anymore. Don't you hang around this ghost town. No one lives here anymore. No one lives here anymore. Don't you hang around this ghost town.
Y'all, I'm having a little camera problem with the live stream. It will be right back. Don't go away.
Okay.
So, Jason, you've written a lot of songs over a lot of years,
Yeah.
and do these songs, the genesis of them, come from any one place? Like, you have like a hook, like in that song there, No One Lives Here Anymore, or you're playing some guitar, you got some chords going on, you have just a feeling inside, or is there any one way these things arise?
I guess there's not really. There's kind of two ways. One is either I'm sort of sitting down, playing around with stuff, and something sort of comes out of the ether. You know, like sometimes it is just doing that work of like almost like coming out of improvisation, and then it sort of comes out, and then sometimes it just sort of pops in like.
That's nice when it happens.
It is nice when it happens like that. That last one, Ghost Town, actually, that hook had different lyrics, but it was, I wrote this song, like the first version of that song back in like 2006 or 7, and I didn't really like it. And then it kind of came back several years later. That was actually written about the kind of sudden passing of a good friend of mine who I worked with. And I was kind of sitting down, kind of processing it. It was a few months after it happened. And somehow that little melody came back, and I was like, okay, that's useful. So it's like sometimes, I never really throw a song away. It's always sort of there, and sometimes I can bring a piece of it back, sometimes not.
And so then when you get something roughed out to your satisfaction and you take it to the band, changes happen?
For sure. A lot of times I'll record demos that are just solo acoustic, and, they'll listen to it, and a lot of times they'll play exactly what I had in my head, which is weird. Like, it's just this, and I think that happened early on when we started this thing almost 7 years ago, where I had put a couple of demos up, and we came together to play, and it was like, yeah, that's the song. That's how it goes.
Very nice. Well, thank you for those insights, and we are back. Our technical wizard has solved our streaming problem. You blocked these cosmic rays, I guess.
I'm blaming it all on solar flares. Yes,
It's tinfoil.
They say we might be able to see the northern lights. Is that true?
If there weren't so much daggum light pollution in the Piedmont of North Carolina, It would be true. Yes.
Okay.
You can go out to just Google light pollution map and scroll into North Carolina, and you'll see there's pretty much nowhere you can go where there's no light pollution. Some parts of the mountains, or if you get up into the Virginia foothills, minimal light pollution. Around here, we're out of luck unless somebody takes out a power plant, y'all.
Oh, don't tempt them. Just to those people who are northern light aficionados.
Right.
Oh, well. We'll have to go to farther north, I guess, to see those.
Yeah, one of these days we'll plan a trip to Iceland or Alaska or somewhere.
Everybody, we are here with the Yardarm, and we have a nice amount of time left, and we do want to get, as we said earlier, as much music in as we can. Really enjoying this tremendously, guys.
Thank you.
So please entertain us.
We'll go with Unknown Painter. All right, so this is the... Of the 10 songs that are on the album, it's an even 5-5 split of mine and JJ's, and so this is the fifth one of mine. So we will have played all of mine that are on the album tonight. This is called Unknown Painter. Like an abstract painting, can't understand. Stretched out on the canvas, along with best laid plans. Converted Oakland warehouse, unfinished pencil lines. Last works of an unknown painter, gone before his time. Manuscripts and pages asleep. Keys are in the mailbox, nothing left to keep. Hanging on the wall, unfinished paintings framed. Loved ones hanging on to that unknown painter's name. Well, you don't know why, you don't know why. Who are you painting for? Don't know why, you don't know why. Keep painting anymore. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, you don't know why, you don't know why.
Yardarm live here in the studio. So, Jason, I'm gathering you write most of the songs?
Well, it's about half and half with JJ and I. It's just a little weird to do his without him.
Sure, makes sense.
He has such like, yeah, I tend to write a lot of like sort of chord strumming stuff, but he has very intricate kind of finger picking and stuff that he does that, the couple of times that we have played as a trio without him, we just leave it off because it just doesn't work without him.
So there's two songwriters in the band. How do you resolve that when you're bringing stuff into the band and say, hey, I think we should play this? Do you end up doing kind of co-writing back and forth and changing, or is it, here, I wrote this song, you guys play it?
Usually they sort of arrive formed. There is some shaping and molding of them, but I think to a large degree they're pretty much. JJ and I have not formally sat down and done like a co-writing thing yet in 7 years.
And do you ever bring in a song and the rest of the band says, nah, we're not playing that?
Not to my knowledge.
I think there are ones that we just haven't gotten to a point where we want to like let them out into the world. But,
Fair.
Yeah.
But I don't think that there's anything that has been presented. We're like, don't think we're gonna.
That kind of goes back to my whole point about collaboration and community. It seems like you guys are kind of walking the talk as a band also.
We're very low drama.
Right?
Yeah.
We sometimes joke about how uninteresting our behind the music would be.
It's going to be very boring.
It would be a lot revolving around your accident falling off a ladder.
Yeah.
Like a
And
lot of,
everyone
like,
else
slow
pointing
motion.
and laughing.
Yeah.
And the last restaurant we ate at before doing the live in the nest thing.
That was good, though.
That was an adventure.
It was an adventure, but you know what? We all survived.
It worked out.
Yeah.
So what is it, Jason, that makes you write a song?
Sometimes it is like I get a concept for a song and then sort of go from there.
I mean, a lot of people just wandering through the woods have ideas pop up in their head, but I don't think a lot of people think, oh, that's a song. I'm turning that into a song.
Yeah, I think there is part inspiration of like, oh, yep, just got an idea for one. Like with Richmond, I had been playing around with kind of an instrumental part, and then one day it was like summer of 2020, and I think I was at a pool, and I was kind of fuming about the whole situation of, essential workers being put on the front line to contract COVID, and the bosses being doing that over a Zoom meeting.
Home in our mansions, yes.
Exactly, yes. So that sort of all came together in a weird way. And then sometimes it is kind of doing the work and refining stuff. And sometimes you get ones that you've kind of tried to chisel and refine over the years, and they just don't do anything for you. And, file it away and move on.
Well, what kind of a song are you going to lay on us next?
I don't know. What do you guys want to do? We're going into the older
Oh,
stuff.
we're getting into the deep cuts now?
Maybe Too Many Bands.
Too Many
might be
Bands?
an
Okay.
appropriate one to...
Yeah, so this one's called Too Many Bands, and this one, I mentioned that some of the songs on this album were written way back in like 2009. My wife and I moved here in 2007, and I kind of tried to I tried to get out there and play a little bit, but I just didn't, at the time, I just didn't have the tenacity or the follow through with it. Like, I got pretty easily discouraged after doing a few solo sets, and it was just like, yeah, this is not for me.
He's lacking the handsome backing band as well.
Well,
at that time.
there is that. Yeah, I needed that for sure. But yeah, this sort of came about of like reflecting on like, oh wow, so I've this time around having the band and still not really knowing anyone at the beginning, just sort of sticking with it and not worrying about the fact that there's 8 million bands in this town, and that doesn't mean that you should.
They're all good.
They're all good, and that you shouldn't, just because other people are doing the stuff you're doing, that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it as well. Like, you should also do it because it has value, and
It is art.
it is art. Exactly.
You have to do it.
If you don't, then you sort of get sick inside, I think. All right, so this is Too Many Bands. Came into this town, didn't know a soul. Well, it seems so long ago. Shouting in the void, and I got annoyed. And there was no one at the show. I don't like the way it all went down. Gave up too easily back then. There's too many bands in this town. Doesn't mean I can't be one of them. Resigned myself to what I thought was fate. Wake up and you find that it's too late, and there's something else to call. I don't like the way it all went down. Gave up too easily back then. There's too many bands in this town. Doesn't mean I can't be one of them. peaceful lanes, but I don't know where to go. Things sure have changed around this place, and there's so much to know. I don't like the way it all went down. Give up too easily back then. There's too many bands in this town. Doesn't mean I can't be one of them. There's too many bands in this town. Doesn't mean I can't be one of them.
The Yardarm live here on Pass the Hat. You have spent an hour now hanging out with the Yardarm live. Do you guys want to play another song, or you want to kind of fade into your playlist now? It's your choice.
Want to try the last one?
Yeah, might as well.
Might as well. Let me.
Yeah, jump right into it.
Palmer, what's your E? Okay. Apologies to those of you with perfect pitch. All right, here we go. This is called The Last One. 1, 2, 3, 4.
In a patch of suburban woods, there's a quaint little doomsday shack. White cross on a plywood door and the sheet metal painted black. Think the plague won't find you when it comes to the end of days. The crossbow's gonna run out of arrows. Who wants to be the last one anyway? Acid rain on the metal roof, such a glorious sound. Fingernails on a plywood door, someday we'll all get found. Think the plague won't find you when it comes to the end of days. The crossbow's gonna run out of arrows. Who wants to be the last one anyway? Let's go. Where the hell our city's in, but the rats dug underground. We turned off all the lights, but they burned our city down. You think the plague won't find you when the dead have all been raised? It's all the same as said and done. Plague is coming for everyone. Who wants to be the last one anyway? Here we go.
That was the last song by the Yardarm.
Yes, it was.
Is that what it was?
It was the last one.
The last one. Last one.
But it was the last song, too, as
So-
is tradition with us.
Seems appropriate. You guys have been listening to the Yardarm, and we can stalk them on social media, Instagram, Facebook. We can go to, in Bandcamp.
Yep.
Yes. And the album release party at the Cat's Cradle Back Room, and the All Y'all Showcase on June 1st.
Yep.
Y'all just stalk them everywhere, follow them everywhere. It's going to be a big fun time wherever they're playing because,
Will.
as I mentioned, community, there's going to be a big community of fun folks around all of the time. Now comes the point in the radio show where we turn off the live stream, but the The show doesn't end. We still go on the radio. We're going to play a little playlist from the Yardarm, so y'all on the live stream can catch us at WHUPFM.org. Just click the live button, or you can find us on the TuneIn app, or if you're here in Hillsboro, you can find us at FM 104.7. Y'all wave goodbye to the live stream.